When pondering the question of whether you can legally print your own money, even if it's just for personal use, we find ourselves at the crossroads of legality, ethics, and the foundations of modern economics. This inquiry not only touches upon the legal aspects, but dives into the very concept of what money is and what happens when individuals take the bold step of creating their own currency. It's a narrative that challenges our conventional understanding of money, authority, and trust. To begin with, let's unravel what money really means. In its most basic form, money is anything that is generally accepted as payment for goods and services and repayment of debts. Historically, money has taken the form of coins, paper, shells, and even large stones. However, in contemporary societies, money is not just a physical object, but a symbol of value backed and regulated by governments. This leads us to the central authority in many countries, the treasury or the mint. These institutions have the exclusive legal right to print and issue currency. The reason for this isn't just about maintaining the physical supply of money, but about controlling the economic conditions that influence the entire country, such as inflation, employment, and investment. Let's consider for a moment the implications of printing your own money for personal use. At first, it sounds liberating and resourceful. Imagine creating a currency that could be used among friends or within a community, a sort of in-house money system where the value is agreed upon and respected by all parties involved. This isn't a completely far-fetched idea. In fact, various forms of local currencies have existed and still exist around the world. For instance, the town of Ithaca in New York State created Ithaca Hours, an alternative currency aimed at keeping value within the local community. However, these are not currencies in the legal sense, but more of a barter system token, and they complement rather than replace the officially sanctioned money. Now, returning to the question of legality. In almost every jurisdiction, printing your own currency that resembles official money is illegal. This is categorized under counterfeiting, a serious crime that can lead to significant penalties, including imprisonment. The law's stern stance on this issue stems from the need to protect the integrity of the national economy. Counterfeiting is seen as a threat not only to economic stability, but also to national security. But what if the money you print is clearly fictitious? For example, consider monopoly money or currency used in board games. These are legal because they cannot be confused with real money. They are clearly intended for play and are marked as such. The critical legal and practical boundary here is the potential for misuse or deception. If the money you create for personal use is distinctly different from official currency and cannot be mistaken as such, it often falls into a gray area of the law that leans towards permissibility for private, limited use. Let's dig deeper into why the government takes such a protective stance over its currency. It's all about trust. The trust that the money has value, and the trust in the economic system at large. When a government issues money, it essentially promises that the money can be traded for goods or services, and that it will be accepted for debts, including taxes. This system works only as long as everyone believes in the value of the money. This belief is what you undermine when you start to print your own money, even if just for personal use. Venturing into a scenario where individuals create their own money, we find ourselves imagining a world with as many currencies as there are people. Each person could declare their printed notes as having value, but without a collective belief system or an authoritative body governing the currency, these pieces of paper remain just that, paper. The chaos in such an economy would be immeasurable. Prices would become meaningless. Trade would be hindered, and saving money would be a gamble. In summary, while the idea of printing your own money for personal use taps into the appealing notion of independence and economic self-sufficiency, the reality is fraught with legal risks and fundamental economic pitfalls. The existing laws and norms surrounding currency are designed not merely to uphold the state's authority, but to ensure a stable, predictable, and trustworthy system in which an economy can thrive. This exploration into the legality and implications of printing your own money reveals a deep interconnection between legal authority, economic stability, and communal trust. It challenges us to think critically about the balance of personal freedom and collective well-being, a balancing act at the heart of many of society's most pressing debates. 4. When pondering the question of whether you can legally print your own money, even if it's just for personal use, we find ourselves at the crossroads of legality, ethics, and the foundations of modern economics. This inquiry not only touches upon the legal aspects, but dives into the very concept of what money is, and what happens when individuals take the bold step of creating their own currency. It's a narrative that challenges our conventional understanding of money, authority, and trust.